Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's good to have you back. It's good to see you again. I'm so happy that you're here with me. So if you don't already know, my name is Iris Arlette, aka Apricot, however you like to pronounce it. And I do just want to address this really quickly. I did change my YouTube name to Iris Arlette, which is my first and second name. I've had Apricot since the beginning of my YouTube channel, which was 3 years ago. I've privated a lot of my videos from when I first started. Some of them where I feel like they're just funner to keep them to myself. I've always enjoyed photography and filmmaking, even when I didn't post it to YouTube, so it was just kind of an extension of that hobby once the pandemic hit. Here we are a couple of years later after I stopped making YouTube videos because the depression just got a little bit too much and it was a little hard to juggle everything for me. But now I'm taking it a little bit slower, taking it a little bit at my own pace, and therefore I've decided to change my name. Apricot was just a little nickname that no one really calls me, honestly, but I feel like with YouTube, you kind of need to be a little bit creative. The origins of Apricot actually come from one of my friends in high school where she didn't know my middle name, but it starts with an A, so she guessed Apricot, and that's where I grabbed it from. So I always thought it was a cute little name and I kind of rolled with it, but now my middle name is actually Arlette, which is really pretty as well. So welcome back to part 2 of this room makeover series. If you haven't already checked out part 1, go ahead and check it out after this video, before this video, however you want to order it, it's up to you. In the first video, it was the majority of painting the room. We have this beautiful color now, and that was a lot of work in and of itself, so I did need to kind of take a break from painting, especially since you guys already know I dislike painting. It's so tedious, it's so annoying, I don't like it for some reason. I caught you guys up with a little room tour from the end of that summer, and once I started moving in, which was in August of last year, I just got caught up in a whirlwind of things, of going back to school, getting a job, graduating, all of this stuff, and it was kind of at a standstill. So here was what we were left with in the room.
As you can see, and like I mentioned, it's very messy. That is number one thing that I need to think of is storage ideas for this room. So before I get ahead of myself, the idea of this room is to have this area be like a media space, and then the second area be the bedroom space. Currently, as the room stands, it is unfinished. It is not completely painted. There's a lot of like the old plastic from painting. I never took it off because I was like, I'm gonna keep painting. Did I? No. Just some leftover things from the room. This is leftover. And so these are mainly the things that I need to clear out still. And in my last room, if you remember, I had 2 clothing racks on the wall, like bolted onto the wall. And for this room, I didn't want to do that because there is a closet in there. Again, there's just so much stuff in there that I just need to clear it all out. It's just a little tedious and scary to work on that because I don't know what's in there. I'm just going to emphasize I need storage. I need to maximize storage. This was not here at some point, but now it is here at one point. And these are my homies. Say hey to the crew. I don't have many furniture pieces in here. I have that main one for media, for TV, and then I have all of this. I'm not planning on keeping this furniture piece because it is really wobbly. I just don't see it fitting in here, and it just leaves a lot of room for clutter, and that's what I don't want. I also need to figure out a space for my shoes because at first I was using these cubbies, but then I realized I don't have enough cubbies for all of my shoes, and I have boxes in here and I don't like how that looks. Then I have this under the bed storage, which is cool, you know, it works. But then the thing with that is I don't put my shoes away. This part, okay, there we go. So that would act as the divider between the room and this space would be open just to not have it closed off all the way. Since this is where my bed is at the moment, I just wanted to keep that part covered so that when you do walk in, that part gives privacy. First things first, I definitely do need to finish painting, ceiling, trim, baseboard. The other side is completely done. I just need to do some touch-ups. The windows just have these blinds that my dad and I installed. This is all of the window treatments that we have so far, and ideally I want to put curtains because I think it makes a room cozier, and especially in the winters it makes it warmer. So there was a lot of stuff left over from things that I needed to clear out. I was still figuring out a situation for my makeup things, still trying to figure out how to decorate, what I wanted to do, and there were already like 3 key furniture pieces in here aside from the drawers, and I explained that I wanted to divide the room into 2 halves. So we have the bedroom half behind me, and then the other half would be more so of a lounge area. So that was the main plan. The main goal was to just have that division. A big part of this update is actually continuing painting because I did leave the baseboards, the window trim, and the ceiling unpainted from the last part. Not gonna lie, the ceiling is still unfinished. Spoiler alert, we didn't get to painting the ceiling. We will get there. Hi, I went out to get more tape and I got some boba without the boba. You know, sometimes we have good days, sometimes we have bad days, sometimes we have good mornings, sometimes we have bad mornings. We shouldn't let that define how our life is going to be. We should just know and recognize that it's just a little bump that we have to get over, and eventually it goes away. Doing little things for yourself, like going outside to get some tape and a little drinky drink, can really help change the course of your day. I'm not feeling 100% myself yet, but I am feeling closer than I was this morning. I'm pretty sure the baseboards should be dry by now, so I can go over a second coat, a second coat, and then continue on this side. It means I have to move all this stuff here. But these are so expensive. These are like $8. Why are they $8 a piece? They should not be that much, but alas, that is the world that we live in.
All of its energy now is being mobilized to be able to adapt to the stress in the environment. So then we begin to tap the body's vital resources so that we can survive the condition in the outer world. All organisms in nature can tolerate short-term stress, whether it's a zebra being chased by a lion or whether it's a pack of coyotes chasing a deer. The moment the organism perceives that danger and switches on that emergency system, there is a rush of adrenaline and a rush of energy, and there is an arousal that takes place in the brain and body. And those chemicals then alter our normal homeostasis, so that a person is living in a constant state of stress, and they, like an addict, become conditioned to the rush of the arousal of those chemicals. Then in time, they will begin to use the problems and conditions in their life to reaffirm their conditioning or their addiction to that emotion. We become so conditioned to these chemicals that, like a drug addict, we need the bad job, we need the poor relationship, we need a difficult situation in our life to keep getting that rush of adrenaline, to keep getting that rush of energy. And in a sense, people become addicted to the life they don't even like.
Okay, so I'm gonna let that first coat dry, and then I'm gonna do a second coat. I did the second coat of the trim of the baseboard literally off camera because I forgot to change the angle position. But I'm actually watching a really interesting video about stress, and with life comes stress, and that's something that I've been feeling a lot of lately. So it takes a lot to change the way that you view things, to change your mindset, to understand where your stress is coming from and what is contributing to that stress. Hi, so it is much darker now. I took out the AC. Now I'm wondering if I should just leave it, because it opens up the space so much. So even though it gets super hot in here during the summer, I was gonna say winter, even though it gets super hot in here during the winter, I just said it again. Even though it gets super hot in here during the summer, I might just bear it with some fans. So with this door, which is a closet door, so far I've only painted around the trim. I'm debating if I should paint the actual door like a light pink, mixing the pink of the room and the trim color and just making a lighter baby pink, just to add some pizzazz, you know. Behind here, I don't know if you can see, it's peeking out. There's another door. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but this house is kind of like a jigsaw puzzle house. So there's a lot of construction that's been added to the house since its original form. I will probably just paint it the room color to kind of hide it and make it easier for symmetry, because right now I have these two doors that are like really large because of the trim, and then I could cover it, or I could put stuff in front of it and not have to worry about it standing out like it's a door, and instead just pretend it's part of the wall. I'm basically done with painting this side of the wall. I just need to finish painting the rest of the window, and I would like to move in the desk right now. Can I do it? I want to keep doing something, but I don't know what I can do. Another thing that I wanted to tackle also was putting up curtains. Previously we only had blinds in here that my dad and I had installed, and they're really cool because they don't have the string that you pull, you just kind of lift it and it stays there. So I thought that was pretty gnarly, like in a good way. I helped my dad install those and it was really cool. I think this was kind of the more hands-on things that I worked on aside from the floor, which is a big thing. Hi, this is a little update on how the room is going. Don't mind all that stuff that you see on the drawers. It's still a work in progress, but I feel like we are slowly getting there. I went to IKEA today because, as you can see, I currently just have some blinds on the curtains, the windows, but I bought these really beautiful curtains from Home Goods, and it's really pretty. Like, you can see that there's a little glittery shift, and even though it looks white, the shift makes it look a little bit more cream colored. I have this one is white. I feel like the shift kind of makes it more yellow, more warm. I've been holding on to this for a while because when I went to Home Goods, they only had one pair of curtains, and I went today and I found another pair. So I just need to find either one or two more, unless I decide to do two different curtains on the other half of the room. I was on Pinterest, you know, looking up different styles of curtain rods just to get an idea of what I would like, what I would prefer, and I saw these. Very nice. It's round and it doesn't poke out too much. It's not too, it doesn't catch your attention too much, which is what I liked. I wasn't sure too much about this brassy color. It felt very like showy, very, I don't know how to explain it, very gaudy, I think that's the word. And in IKEA they actually have a showroom that's the same color as my room, so I was able to kind of see these in action, and I think it would look nice, especially if I were to add more brass like elements. Right now I have more cool tone gold, which isn't on purpose, it's just what I've got, you know. This is definitely more brass, more warm and dark. It reminds me of a trumpet. I'm excited to finally have curtains and finally see these in action because I think they would look so beautiful. They are a little bit too long, but I could easily just buy the curtain holders and drape it so it could look really elegant and really nice. So without further ado, let's go ahead and measure, drill, and install. I asked my dad, and so he's gonna come take a look and see what we can figure out. Now I'm starting to understand why there is a bunch of nails instead of screws. Your girl was able to figure it out. So on this side, I just went a little bit higher and it went in no issues. On this side, I tried like 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So what my dad suggested was just to use another drill bit because maybe the other one was just losing its sharpness, I guess. So I used a thinner one. I, had to really put in the strength to push it into the wall, and it worked. And then I just widened it with the original drill bit that I was using. Oh, it's not even, what? Question mark, question mark. I think I did a good job, actually. I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. I'm conflicted now. See, like, the design is really pretty. And I like the sheen and everything. But I think it's very flat. There's nothing really there. You know? Do you understand what I'm saying? This is what I mean, is making decisions and then not liking them. It's like what I do now. Return everything. This is a little heart lamp and it's pink, but it's a lighter pink. So I don't know. I liked it more as a night light lamp. So either I can put it by the bed or we'll see how it reaches, where it reaches, because the outlet is going to be right here. Those rods didn't come with screws, and this, I don't see any screws. I have 3 identical screws here, 3 identical screws here, not identical to each other, but I need 4. Last but not least, love. Last but not least, you make the puzzle. Girl, I know you got this. I know you can do it. There you go. I didn't screw it all the way, so it's like that. But it wouldn't even, it doesn't matter. Bing! We did finally install the second light. So in the previous update, I only had 1 light properly installed because I don't know. I think I had only bought 1 light just to see if I wanted to actually install 2 of them. I wanted to see if we could install it. This is an older house, so I don't know how the connections work. And my dad, he studied that thing. Yes, fun fact, my dad studied to be an electrician when he was in Mexico. So he showed me some stuff. We did the thing, both 2 times. I don't know words. I still can't believe, the transformation that this place really took, and to be looking back on it and seeing, where we started, where we are at now, it's just a good feeling. I think the biggest thing that I wanted to tackle was definitely finish painting the baseboards at least. And if you noticed, I had like 3 doors in here because 1 door leads out to the living room. So what I decided to do was that I painted the door that we don't use. I painted it pink so that it blends into the wall. And right now I have furniture kind of covering it, so it's not even that noticeable, but I think it makes such a big difference that if I had left it white, you definitely would have noticed it. That's, yeah. I don't know. I'm really happy with how
with how things are going so far. I am still on the search for a desk and a couch. I'm going back and forth between the couch because I don't know how that's going to fit in here, and the furniture piece, which is kind of like cabinets storage, and it has that opening in the middle for the TV. I don't know if I really want it in here. It takes up space and I'm really only using like the top half of it for storage, so it kind of seems unnecessary. Closet makeover might take some time because I'm trying to figure out something that I kind of want to disassemble it and assemble it in a way that's going to be much more productive, hint hint, and much more organized. You guys will definitely see what I'm working with in the next video, so stay tuned for that. I'm really happy that you guys are following along with me in this journey. I'm just kind of enjoying the ride. I'm really comfortable with what it is right now. Obviously, I haven't finished painting. I still want to paint the main doors like a baby pink. I hope I tackled everything that I needed to. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'm just so grateful. I'm just so happy to be here, and I'm happy that you're here with me. Like, there are people watching these videos, but thank you so much. I'm very grateful for whatever support that I get, because you don't have to, you know, you don't have to click on this video. You don't have to watch this part, which is the end, but if you decide to do so, then it just makes me so much more happier to know that. And yeah, so I don't know why I'm being so cheesy. Yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and give this video a like if you want, subscribe if you want, and leave a comment down below if you want. Let me know what your favorite part so far of this series is, and I shall catch you guys in the next one. Toodles! I don't say that, but I guess I do now. Bye!